In a desolate future where humanity has branched out to the stars, two sisters find themselves caught in the crosshairs of the ultimate hunter. As they navigate a harsh alien wasteland, they must reconcile their diverging paths to survive. The movie explores a high-tech frontier world where the rules of the hunt have evolved, forcing the protagonists to adapt or become trophies in a deadly game of survival.
Hey guys, today we are diving deep into the desolate and dangerous world of Predator Badlands. This movie takes us way into the future, showing us a side of the franchise we have never seen before. Before you head off, if you're enjoying the kind of content I make, please consider liking and subscribing. No pressure, but it truly helps me keep the action coming. We are looking at a world where the sun never quite feels warm, and the wind carries the scent of rusted iron and ancient dust. Our story centers on two sisters, Thea and her twin, who are living on a colonial outpost that looks like it was built out of leftover scrap metal and broken dreams. This is not the lush jungle of the first movie, or the neon streets of the second. This is the Badlands, a harsh and unforgiving landscape where the environment is just as likely to kill you as the local wildlife. The world building here is top-notch, showing us a future where humanity has expanded but hasn't necessarily progressed. People are still fighting for scraps, still huddling together for warmth, and still blissfully unaware that they are being watched from the shadows. The movie starts with a slow burn, letting us soak in the atmosphere of this dusty frontier. We see the sisters working, their hands stained with the grease of high-tech machinery that has seen better days. Thea is the more observant one, a naturalist who spends her time cataloging the strange plants and animals that manage to survive in this wasteland. Her sister is the muscle, a soldier in a ragtag militia that tries to keep the peace in a place where peace is a rare commodity. The contrast between them is clear from the start. Thea looks at the world with wonder and curiosity, while her sister looks at it through the sights of a rifle. They are close, but there is a growing distance between them as their worldviews clash. The first sign that something is wrong comes in the form of a strange shimmer in the air, a ripple that doesn't belong in the heat haze of the desert. It is subtle, the kind of thing you might miss if you weren't looking for it, but Thea notices. She sees the way the birds go silent and the way the shadows seem to move against the wind. The sound design in these early scenes is incredible. You can hear the low hum of the colony's power generators, the constant whistling of the wind through the canyons, and then the sudden sharp silence. It is that silence that tells you the hunter has arrived. The Predator in this movie is unlike any we have seen before. It is leaner, faster, and its technology is even more advanced. Its cloak doesn't just make it invisible, it seems to warp the very space around it, making it look like a ghost in the machine. When it finally makes its first move, it is quick and brutal. A group of miners out on the edge of the territory is wiped out in seconds. We don't see the hunter clearly at first, just the results of its work.
The metallic clang of a spear hitting a steel support beam, the wet thud of a body hitting the ground, and the terrifying sound of the clicking, that rhythmic, guttural noise that has become the signature of the series. The colony goes into a frenzy, but the sisters stay focused. Thea starts to realize that they aren't dealing with a typical predator. This thing is smart, it is testing them, and it is looking for a challenge. The sisters decide to head out into the Badlands to track the creature down, a move that is either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. As they move deeper into the wasteland, the movie really leans into its world building. We see ruins of older civilizations, strange rock formations that look like they were carved by alien hands, and a sky that shifts from deep purple to a bruised orange. The sisters use a mix of high-tech drones and old-school tracking skills to stay on the trail. The clatter of the drone's rotors is a constant companion, a small piece of human ingenuity trying to make sense of an alien threat. The tension builds with every step. They find more victims, each one displayed in a way that suggests a twisted sense of honor, or perhaps just a very macabre hobby. The humor in the movie comes from the sisters' banter, their cynical take on their situation. They make jokes about the quality of their gear and the sheer absurdity of being hunted by an invisible space alien. It is a defense mechanism, a way to keep the fear at bay. But the fear is always there, lurking just beneath the surface. The first major confrontation happens in an abandoned refinery. The setting is a maze of pipes, tanks, and narrow walkways, providing the perfect playground for a creature that can hide in plain sight. The action is fast and frantic, the whoosh of a plasma bulb barely missing Thea's head, the sparks flying as the shot hits a pressurized pipe, and the deafening roar of an explosion as the gas ignites. The sisters have to work together, using their different skills to survive. Thea uses her knowledge of the environment to set traps, while her sister provides the firepower. But the predator is always one step ahead. It plays with them, leading them into dead ends, and using its superior strength to toss them around like ragdolls. The sound of the predator's movement is a mix of heavy footfalls and the light metallic scuttle of its armor. It is a terrifying sound, the sound of an apex predator that knows it has the upper hand. The sisters manage to escape, but they are battered and bruised. They realize that they can't win a straight fight. They have to change the rules of the game.
They head further into the Badlands, towards a region known as the Silent Peaks. This is a place where the magnetic interference is so strong that most technology fails. It is a gamble, but it is their only hope. If they can strip the predator of its technological advantages, they might have a chance.
The journey to the peaks is a masterclass in atmospheric storytelling. The wind howls like a wounded beast, and the dust becomes so thick you can barely see a few feet in front of you. The sisters have to rely on their senses, on the feel of the ground beneath their feet and the sound of their own breathing. They talk about their past, about the world they left behind and the one they are trying to build. It is a moment of quiet reflection in the middle of a nightmare. They reach the peaks and start to set up their final stand. The environment here is surreal, with floating rocks and arcs of static electricity jumping between the spires. It is a beautiful and deadly place. The final battle is a long, grueling affair. The predator arrives, its cloak flickering and failing in the magnetic field. For the first time, we see it clearly. It is a magnificent and terrifying sight, a warrior from another world covered in scars and trophies. The fight is primal, the crack of bone, the splash of neon green blood against the dark rock, and the desperate grunts of the sisters as they fight for their lives. They use everything at their disposal, from improvised explosives to the predator's own discarded weapons. The choreography is visceral, focusing on the sheer physical effort required to take down such a formidable foe. There is no slow motion, no flashy camera work, just the raw, ugly reality of a fight to the death. The sisters' bond is put to the ultimate test as they are forced to make impossible choices. One of them is wounded, and the other has to decide whether to stay and fight or try to get her sister to safety. It is a powerful, emotional moment that grounds the sci-fi action in a very human story. In the end, they manage to outsmart the creature, using the natural hazards of the peaks to deliver the final blow. The sound of the predator's final roar is a mixture of rage and respect, an acknowledgement that it has finally met its match. The sisters stand alone in the middle of the wasteland, the sun rising over the horizon and casting long shadows across the ground. They have survived, but they are changed. The world feels different now, larger and more dangerous than they ever imagined. They realize that the hunt is never truly over, and that there are other things out there in the dark, watching and waiting. The movie ends with a shot of the sisters walking back towards the colony, their silhouettes framed against the vast, empty landscape of the Badlands. It is a haunting and beautiful image, a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. The world building in Predator Badlands is its greatest strength, creating a setting that feels lived in and authentic. The technology feels tangible, the environment feels hostile, and the stakes feel real. It is a movie that respects the legacy of the franchise while carving out its own unique path.
The sisters' journey is a compelling narrative arc, showing us how two very different people can come together to overcome a common threat. The action is intense and well executed, with a focus on strategy and resourcefulness rather than just brute force. The sound design and cinematography work together to create an immersive experience that stays with you long after the credits roll. It is a film that reminds us why we fell in love with the Predator in the first place, while also giving us something new and exciting to chew on. The Badlands may be a harsh place, but they are also a place of wonder and discovery, a place where the rules of survival are written in the dust and the blood of those who dare to venture there. The movie is a testament to the power of storytelling, showing us that even in the furthest reaches of the galaxy, the most important stories are the ones about family, courage, and the will to survive. The sisters' struggle is our struggle, a reflection of our own efforts to find our place in a world that often feels indifferent to our existence. Predator Badlands is more than just a sci-fi action movie. It is a meditation on the nature of the hunt and what it means to be a hero. It is a film that challenges us to look beyond the surface and see the complexity and beauty of the world around us. The Badlands are calling, and for those brave enough to answer, the rewards are as vast as the stars themselves. The movie doesn't just give us a monster to fear, it gives us a world to explore, a society to understand, and a story to believe in. It is a journey into the heart of darkness that ends with a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the bleakest of futures, there is still something worth fighting for. The sisters' triumph is a victory for all of us, a sign that no matter how advanced the technology or how deadly the hunter, the human heart remains the most powerful weapon of all. The Badlands are a place of testing, a place where the weak are winnowed out and the strong are forged in fire. Thea and her sister have passed the test, but at a great cost. Their story is one of sacrifice and survival, a narrative that echoes through the canyons of their new home. The film masterfully balances the high stakes of interstellar conflict with the intimate drama of a family trying to stay together. Every piece of scrap metal in the colony tells a story of 100 years of struggle. Every scar on the sisters' skin is a map of their journey. The Predator itself is not just a villain, but a mirror, reflecting back the primitive instincts that still linger in the human soul.
The technology it carries is a marvel, yet it chooses to hunt in a way that is ancient and ritualistic. This duality is central to the film's theme, exploring the intersection of progress and tradition. The way the movie handles the sisterhood is particularly moving, showing how their differences are actually their greatest strengths.
Thea's empathy and her sister's iron will are two sides of the same coin, both necessary for survival in a world that wants to kill them. The dialogue is sharp and economical, letting the actions of the characters speak louder than their words. The silence of the desert is its own character, a heavy presence that looms over every scene. When the silence is broken by the sound of a struggle or the hum of a cloaking device, the impact is visceral. The movie also touches on the environmental impact of human expansion, showing how even on a distant planet, we bring our problems with us. The Badlands are a result of both natural processes and human neglect, a landscape that is both beautiful and broken. This adds a layer of social commentary to the film, making it more than just a simple action flick. The pacing is deliberate, building the tension slowly until it reaches a boiling point in the final act. There are moments of genuine terror, not just from the predator, but from the realization of how small and vulnerable the human characters really are. Yet there is also a sense of awe at the vastness of the universe and the mysteries it holds. The film invites us to wonder what else is out there, what other hunters are stalking the stars. The world building extends to the very air the characters breathe, which feels heavy and thick with the history of 1,000 failed colonies. The sound of the wind is ever present, a low groan that sounds like the planet itself is in pain. The sisters' movements are fluid and purposeful, reflecting a life lived on the edge. Every decision they make has a weight to it. Every mistake could be their loss. This creates a sense of urgency that carries the film from beginning to end. The humor, while sparse, is perfectly timed, providing a much-needed release from the relentless tension. It reminds us that even in the face of death, humanity's ability to laugh is a form of resistance. The final confrontation is not just a battle of weapons, but a battle of wits. The sisters have to think like their enemy, to anticipate its moves and exploit its weaknesses. It is a cerebral climax that is just as satisfying as the physical one. The aftermath of the battle is handled with a quiet dignity, allowing the characters and the audience to process what has happened. The sense of loss is real, but so is the sense of accomplishment. They have done something no one thought possible, and in doing so, they have secured a future for themselves and their people. The film leaves us with many questions, but also with a sense of closure. It is a complete story, yet it feels like the beginning of something much larger. The Badlands are no longer just a place on a map, but a part of who the sisters are. They have been baptized in the fire of the hunt and have emerged stronger and wiser. The movie is a triumph of imagination and execution, a shining example of what the Predator franchise can be when it is handled with care and creativity.
It is a film that will be discussed and dissected for years to come, a modern classic that stands on the shoulders of giants while reaching for the stars. The world of the Badlands is a place we won't soon forget, a haunting and beautiful landscape that serves as the perfect backdrop for a story of survival and sisterhood. The film's impact is profound, leaving the viewer with a sense of wonder and a newfound respect for the resilience of the human spirit. It is a journey worth taking, a story worth telling, and a movie worth seeing. The sisters' legacy is one of courage and hope, a beacon in the darkness of the future. As they look out over the horizon, we can't help but feel that they are ready for whatever comes next. The Badlands have tested them, and they have been found worthy. The hunt continues, but now the hunters have become the hunted, and the rules of the game have changed forever. This shift in power is a central theme, reminding us that no matter how advanced the predator, there is always a prey that can fight back. The film celebrates the spirit of defiance, this refusal to go quietly into the night. It is a message that resonates deeply, especially in a world that often feels like it is closing in on us. The sisters' victory is a reminder that we are not helpless, that we have the power to shape our own destiny. The movie is a masterclass in tension and release, keeping us on the edge of our seats while also giving us moments of profound beauty. The cinematography captures the stark majesty of the alien world, from the towering spires of rock to the delicate structures of the alien flora. Every frame is a work of art, a testament to the vision of the filmmakers. The sound design is equally impressive, using a combination of natural and synthetic sounds to create an otherworldly atmosphere. The score is haunting and atmospheric,
perfectly complementing the visuals. The performances are top-notch, with the sisters bringing a real sense of humanity to their roles. Their chemistry is believable and grounded, making their relationship the heart of the movie. The Predator itself is brought to life through a combination of practical effects and digital wizardry, creating a creature that feels entirely real and terrifyingly present. The film's attention to detail is remarkable, from the texture of the Predator's skin to the intricate design of its weapons. It is a movie that rewards multiple viewings, with new details emerging each time. The world building is so thorough that the colony and the Badlands feel like places that could actually exist. This sense of realism makes the sci-fi elements all the more effective. The movie doesn't shy away from the brutal reality of the hunt, showing the physical and emotional toll it takes on the characters. Yet it also shows the beauty and the honor that can be found in the struggle. This balance is what makes the film so compelling, so much more than just a simple action movie.
It is a story about what it means to be human in an inhuman world, about the choices we make when we are pushed to the limit. The sisters' journey is a testament to the power of love and loyalty, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, we are not alone. Their triumph is a victory for all of us, a sign that the human spirit can overcome any obstacle. Predator Badlands is a film that will stay with you, a powerful and provocative story that challenges us to think about our place in the universe. It is a journey into the unknown that ends with a sense of belonging, a reminder that wherever we go, we carry our humanity with us. The Badlands are a place of transformation, a place where the sisters find their true selves. Their story is a beacon of hope in a vast and indifferent galaxy, a reminder that even the smallest flame can light the way in the darkness. The film's conclusion is both satisfying and thought-provoking, leaving us with much to ponder. It is a movie that respects its audience, trusting us to follow its complex narrative and engage with its deeper themes. The world of the Badlands is a place of mystery and wonder, a place that invites us to look closer and see more. The sisters' adventure is a reminder that the world is a much bigger and more interesting place than we often imagine. Their courage is an inspiration, their resilience a testament to the strength of the human heart. Predator Badlands is a movie that deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible, a visual and auditory feast that will leave you breathless. It is a film that reminds us of the power of cinema to transport us to other worlds and show us things we've never seen before. The journey is long and arduous, but the destination is well worth the effort. The sisters have survived the Badlands, and in doing so, they have shown us what we are capable of. Their story is a gift, a reminder of the beauty and the danger of the world we live in. As the final credits roll, we are left with a sense of awe and a renewed appreciation for the world around us. The hunt may be over for now, but the story of the Badlands is just beginning. The sisters have left their mark on the world, and the world has left its mark on them. They are no longer the same people who started the journey, and neither are we. Predator Badlands is a film that changes you, a story that stays with you long after you've left the theater. It is a testament to the enduring power of the Predator franchise and a bold step forward into a new and exciting future. The Badlands are waiting, and for those who are ready, the adventure of a lifetime is just beginning. Every step the sisters took across the red sands was a testament to their endurance and the strength of their shared history. The movie beautifully illustrates that survival is not just about physical prowess, but about the mental fortitude to face the unknown.
The way they scavenged for resources, turning pieces of ancient technology into tools for survival, was a masterclass in world building that showed a humanity that refuses to quit. The sounds of the desert became a language they learned to speak, a dialogue between the hunters and the hunted. When the Predator finally fell, it wasn't just a victory for the sisters, but a victory for the idea that knowledge and connection are more powerful than any weapon. The film leaves us with a profound sense of the interconnectedness of all life, even the life that comes from the stars to hunt us. It's a reminder that we are all part of a larger story, one that is still being written in the dust of distant worlds. The sisters' walk back to their colony was not just a return to safety, but a march toward a new understanding of their place in the universe. They carried with them the lessons of the Badlands, the scars of the hunt, and the knowledge that they are stronger together than they ever could be apart. This is the heart of Predator Badlands, a story that uses the trappings of sci-fi to tell a deeply human tale of resilience, love, and the unbreakable bond of family. The world they live in is harsh, but they have found a way to make it their own, to carve out a life in the midst of chaos. Their story is an inspiration to anyone who has ever felt overwhelmed by the world around them, a reminder that we all have the strength to face our own predators, whatever they may be. The Badlands are no longer just a place of fear, but a place of growth and discovery. The sisters have turned a wasteland into a home, a testament to the power of the human spirit to find beauty in the most unlikely of places. Their journey is a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, we can find the courage to stand tall and fight for what we believe in. The film's message is clear. survival is just the beginning. It's what we do with our lives after we survive that truly matters. The sisters have chosen to use their strength to protect their community, to build a better future for everyone. This is the true meaning of heroism, not just the ability to fight, but the willingness to lead and to serve. Predator Badlands is a movie that will be remembered not just for its action and its monsters, but for its heart and its soul. It is a film that celebrates the best of humanity, even in the worst of circumstances. The sister's story is a light in the darkness, a reminder that as long as we have each other, there is nothing we cannot overcome. The Badlands have given them everything they need to succeed, and they have used it to become the heroes they were always meant to be. The journey is over, but the legacy of the sisters will live on forever, a story of courage and hope that will be told for generations to come. The world is a better place because of them, and we are better for having known their story.
Predator Badlands is a true masterpiece of modern cinema, a film that challenges us, inspires us, and leaves us wanting more. The hunt is over, but the adventure is just beginning. The sisters' resilience reminds us that humanity's greatest strength is its ability to adapt and find meaning in the harshest environments. Through their eyes, we see a world where the lines between the hunter and the hunted are constantly shifting, reflecting the complex nature of survival itself. The film encourages us to reflect on our own capacity for growth and the importance of looking out for one another in times of crisis. Ultimately, the story of the sisters in the Badlands is a powerful testament to the idea that our spirit is far more durable than any technology, and our connections to each other are what truly define our journey through the stars. Predator Badlands is a standout addition to the franchise, successfully blending intense action with deep world-building and a moving story of sisterhood. It manages to feel both fresh and familiar, honoring the roots of the series while taking it in a bold new direction. What did you think of the new Predator tech and the futuristic setting? Let me know in the comments below.